And looking at Brandon Beane's draft past, does it give us a look into the Bills' draft future? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Billievers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to this 2021 Buffalo Bills draft edition of Billievers Talk, where we're going to preview the NFL draft. We're going to keep you covered leading up to the April draft. Again, guys, if you're new to the channel, thank you for joining me. My name is Joe. If you're new to this channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button for continual Buffalo Bills and Buffalo sports news. Also, while you're here, hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. What would you like the Buffalo Bills to do in the 2021 NFL draft? Do you want to see them trade up? Would you like to see them trade back? Or do you like where they are? Or like last year, would you want to see the Buffalo Bills trade that pick and get some assets in return? So we're going to take a look at Brandon Beane's past as far as the NFL draft goes and try to take a look and see what that means for the Buffalo Bills future. Sometimes these GMs, they have tendencies, they have trends, they do some of the same things over and over again when it comes to the NFL draft. So let's look at what Brandon Beane has done for the Buffalo Bills. So first, Brandon Beane was hired as the Buffalo Bills GM May 9th, 2017. So the 2017 draft had just ended no more than a month previously, and that's the draft where we traded the, I think it was 9th or 7th overall pick to the Kansas City Chiefs so they could select Patrick Mahomes. We went back later in the first round, got Tre'Davious White, and picked up 2 first-round picks in the 2018 NFL draft. So in the 2018 NFL draft, that was Brandon Beane's first draft as the Buffalo Bills GM. So what did we do? Of course, we all know we got what looks to be our franchise quarterback. We move up from 9. Remember, the Bills traded earlier on before the draft to get from, I think it was like 11th or 12th to 9th with the Cincinnati Bengals, then trade up to 7th, and they selected Josh Allen, quarterback out of Wyoming. And again, all signs lead to him being the Buffalo Bills franchise quarterback. But that wasn't the only trade up that they did in the first round. They also traded up with the Baltimore Ravens, moving up from 22 to 16 to get Tremaine Edmunds, linebacker, young guy. Everyone was excited to get Tremaine Edmunds. And listen, he hasn't been as great as advertised, but at the same time, there's still plenty of time to see what this young man can do. But still, 2 trade-ups the first year of Brandon Beane's tenure as GM. 2 studs for the Buffalo Bills. One, hopefully, will be our franchise quarterback for years to come. Then go on to the 2019 NFL draft. And the 2019 NFL draft, in the first round, the Buffalo Bills stayed pat right there. The 9th overall pick stayed right there. Selected Ed Oliver out of Houston, defensive tackle, who again has shown glimpses of greatness, but we want to see more out of him. However, Brandon Beane does trade up in both the second and third rounds. In the second round, he trades up 2 spots to pick up Cody Ford. Of course, Cody Ford missing all of last season. Hopefully, we'll see more out of him this year. And also trading up back into the third round, trading 2 fourths for a third round pick to pick up tight end Dawson Knox. And you want to talk about up down with Dawson Knox. That's where you get highs and you get lows. Hopefully we start seeing more highs than lows when it comes to Dawson Knox. And then you look at the 2020 NFL draft, and Brandon Beane trades his first round pick and others to get Stephon Diggs, wide receiver from the Minnesota Vikings. So 3 years, 3 different ways of going about the draft. In the first one, he used his first round picks, moved up. In the second one, he stayed pat. And in the third one, he traded his first round pick altogether for a stud wide receiver. So the only thing that Brandon Beane has yet to do in the first round is move down. But when you want to talk about tendencies, you want to see how Brandon Beane has done so far in 3 seasons. Well, in 3 years, he has not moved down at any point or traded down at any point in those 3 years, not in later rounds, anything like that. He's always traded up. In fact, in 3 years as the Buffalo Bills GM, he's traded up 4 times. Talk about the 2 times in 2018 to get back higher into the first round. Talk about the trade up, only 2 picks, but still trading up to go get Cody Ford. And then you also talk about getting Dawson Knox, trading 2 fourths to move back into the third to get Dawson Knox. So tendencies seem to say say that Brandon Beane likes to draft up instead of drafting back when it comes to the NFL draft. Now, does that necessarily mean that that's what he's going to do this year? Absolutely not. As we've seen, like I said, in 3 seasons of first-round picks, he's handled them differently every single year. So he can do the same thing here and trade back. I'm not saying that's not an impossible task. But again, with the 30th overall pick, some teams want to move up, get that 5th-year option out of a quarterback, maybe late in the first round. We saw Baltimore do it in 2018 with Lamar Jackson. So might see a team try to move back into the first round, maybe trade up with the Buffalo Bills. Bills can trade back, knowing that at this point maybe they want more picks than they do need that 130th overall pick. Remember, we do not have a 4th round pick this season due to the trade last year for Stephon Diggs. So maybe we try to get a pick in the 4th round, get a couple seconds. Who knows what Brandon Beane has planned? Or maybe Brandon Beane's thinking, listen, we don't need a boatload of picks, but I want to make sure the picks we have are the right fit. So maybe he'll trade up again and try to get the right offensive tackle or offensive guard or defensive lineman. Who knows what Brandon Beane's draft strategy is? By the tendencies, we could say, hey, he likes to move up, right? So maybe that's an indication of what might happen this year. Maybe not even in the 1st round, maybe move up in the 2nd, maybe later in the or earlier in the 3rd round, something like that. But still, he likes to trade up, and maybe we'll see that more when it comes to the NFL draft in April. But you know we have you covered right here on Believers Talk, so make sure you hit that subscribe button for continual Buffalo Bills and Buffalo sports news. Hit that like button. And guys, let me know in the comment section, do you want to see the Bills trade up? If you want to see the Bills trade up, who do you want them to get? Or would you like to see the Bills trade back? Do you think that a multitude of picks is better and you're more likely to hit on one of these draftees? Again, thank you for joining me on this edition of Believers Talk. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.